Okay, got a question about career impact. Two films, how important they were in your career: Flamingo Kid and Drugstore Cowboy. Would you say those were keynote films?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think that, certain films are significant to you for a number of reasons, and they seem to be, they said keynote, that's a good way of putting it, like milestones or something. And yeah, I mean, I look at them and I think they're good films, and I'm not the best judge of my own work anyway, and also I think they came at a time when I was going through a change or sort of transitional films, and they're interesting. They were films that people seem to remember most. Well, there's a few of them, but those two seem outsiders. People seem to always, but
Did they open a whole new avenue of filmmaking
Well,
for you?
Flamingo Kid was kind of important for me because I'd never done a comedy before, and it was very different than anything I'd done before, working with Gary Marshall. And the film, it's not like Lawrence of Arabia or anything. It's not like some film like How Do I Top That or anything, but it certainly feels like, hey, that came at a good time, and I learned a lot from it, and worked with some good people.
And one quick question. This is a question I asked Kevin Bacon. Early in his career, he had to endure the attention of a lot of the teenage fan magazines. You went through that period also. Was it a real uncomfortable time for you to have a fan club and have your...
Well, I never really had a fan club or took it that seriously, whatever was there. And at the time, I remember not really thinking much about it, putting much energy into it. But I guess when I was younger, there was a time when I definitely did not like being called a heartthrob or a hunk. And that really bothered me, I did not like that. But, now they can call me a heartthrob or a hunk if they want to. It doesn't really matter.
Matt, I got a question about professional autograph seekers. I'm sure when a real fan comes up to you and asks for an autograph, you're happy to do it. But these days you go to a hotel and you got these guys with 10 things to sign. Are you a little bit suspicious when a middle-aged guy comes up to you with 10 things to sign?
Well, yeah, and especially I draw the line when they have me signing baseballs, Like, I'm not a baseball player. Bring it over to Joe Carter or somebody.
With this film, Albino Alligator, you're working with Kevin Spacey, a very talented actor, a first-time director. At what point did he have your confidence?
Well, he had my confidence more or less from the very beginning. I mean, we disagreed at times on things like anybody would, but he had my confidence from the beginning because I knew he would be good as a director. I knew that he would bring a lot to it, not just his enthusiasm, I mean his talent and his knowledge about acting and story.
And a question about Faye Dunaway. When you're acting opposite her, do you ever flash back to Bonnie and Clyde or Network or any of those films?
Yeah, I was just talking about that. How I said I got to abuse Faye Dunaway in this film. I can't believe it. I got to be total. I mean, I feel like I think I treat her worse in this movie than anybody's treated her in a movie.
Did she do anything to make you feel at ease, or were you pretty confident?
She was great. She really was. She really had a great attitude about everything, and she's so talented too. It was a good cast overall. We all had I think we really all had to kind of trust each other, and that's one thing Kevin enabled us to all kind of trust one another in a funny way, because we trusted him, and if we trusted him, then we could, take scenes further,